Oh boy, the cope is real, boys. Today we're going to be talking about Reforge Gaming, so you better enjoy some salt today of this PlayStation fanboy being upset that PlayStation is moving away from hardware standpoint, that their games are going multi-platform now on the Switch 1, Xbox Series X and S, and Switch 2, and PC. So let's enjoy.
And moving away from a hardware-centric model. It's a little strange to hear a hardware company.
It's not strange, Reforge. It's just the problem is that they're wanting to expand the IPs of their games onto other platforms that don't really buy a PlayStation, like PC, for instance. Xbox players. Now Xbox players gets to play Helldivers 2 on it, and plus it's going to be in Game Pass. So now people have a reason to buy their games on there. Sure, they don't do what Game Pass does of like 15 to 10 bucks a month to like 20 bucks a month because their PlayStation service is god awful and terrible, okay? So I don't see what your point is here, okay?
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
Yeah, apparently he can't take this shit no more, guys. So let's just say that there ain't no point of buying a plastic box anymore. So you might as well just grab a computer, and that would be your best bet, because PC is the way to go for now, because there's no point of buying a console at that point. And what would be the point of buying it if they're charging you $70 plus PSN? That should be free in my personal opinion. And on top of that, there's really no point of doing it when you can get free access to internet. On top of that too, you can download Steam, you can buy PlayStation games on PC. They have 24 game releases, so that's what I would recommend, honestly.
We don't have official transcripts from Sony yet. Those usually come out a couple of days later.
Yeah, last time we trusted your sources. The problem is that you're misinterpreting of what they're trying to say, is that they're moving away towards the hardware scale. If Xbox did it, which they're becoming the Sega at this point, what's the point of buying a console of both sides, even the Switch, when you can just emulate most games? Hell, there's some that you can pirate most games, okay? And that's really hard to do, of pirating games. Most people do it in case if they're interested in buying it, okay? And you're not going to get a lot of people move to console at this point, because PC is so much better. There's so much things that you can do, okay? And on top of that, there's a lot more games than on console that will ever succeed.
Platform, because the intention of that platform is, as he says, expand the community and increase engagement. Now,
yes, by increasing engagement, it means that they're putting more games on all platforms, PC, Xbox, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, okay, to put more games out there so that way they make more money. That's what they're doing. And what you're misinterpreting and misinformation is that they're going multi-platform, whether you don't want to admit it or not, because you want to still play on your plastic box with your exclusives. That Xbox proved that exclusives are just dead at this point. There's no point of it anymore. And why should people buy in a console anyway?
Goes on to say this in the tweet thread, quote, he says overall, Sony are making a shift to, quote, creation as a company, as the three segments of games, music, and pictures make up 60% of Sony.
Yes, they make up 60% of Sony's revenue, but the point is that they're focusing more on multi-platform. They make more money that way. And just because you read a tweet and you're quoting it, that doesn't prove your information is valid, okay? That just makes it where you have an opinion of how they're saying it. Just because they're focusing on going multi-platform, because they would make more money that way. Look at Helldivers 2. That game is coming out on Xbox and Series X and S, okay? That game came out on PS5 and PC both day one, because Sony heavily invested into it. What makes you think that they're not going to invest into Bandai Namco? Sure, they don't have enough money to buy it, but like they can invest into it if that's what you're meaning.
As they are transitioning to entertainment creation to expand and to improve stability and profitability. So you can see there the context is so important. When he says they're shifting to platform business,
what they mean is by shifting to platform business, they mean is that they're shifting away from their main hardware because they know that people won't buy the PS5. There are some that people will, just for the exclusives, but not all people, including places like China. That's a heavily PC market. They had no choice to put it out there, okay? Because they're focusing on putting their games multi-platform is to expand the IP of their games. That's the biggest issue that you're
within the IP. He's not speaking about like an ecosystem shift. Keep in mind, 40-something days ago, both Herman Holst and Nishino said that the gaming strategy.
But the gaming strategy is, Reforge, is that they're wanting to expand where people aren't going to buy their platform. That's the issue that they're having right now. They're gonna make more money by shifting away from their main hardware to expand their games onto other platforms. That is what they're trying to do, Reforge. Do you not understand?
Corporate is saying, well, we're shifting to expanding the platform, and he gives evidence of how they're doing that. Here's more from the tweet.
I swear, this guy just never understands why we don't like him. And this is another issue that I have with you, Reforge, is that you're making it like a big deal that they're just gonna stick with the hardware.
Was that Sony are aggressively investing in IP content creation, such as investing in Bandai Namco.
Yes, because they are a Japanese company that is in their region. That's why they are heavily investing into it, and that's why they are losing money. They don't know when to stop using that money to invest in more games. That's why they do remasters like The Last of Us so many times and God of War. We only had a second God of War, and that was Ragnarok, and that didn't really do so well for their sales, okay? Elden Ring beat that game. They heavily invested into From Software, okay?
Games business shift more focus to the platform business.
Yes, by shifting more into the platform business, it means by putting games on the Switch 1 and the Switch 2 and the Xbox Series X and S and PC. That is what they've been trying to say, okay? And you guys get all pissed off because you don't want their games on all platforms. Look at Helldivers 2, that is the best example, and Destiny 2, that is the best.
The evidence of how they're doing it is talking about expanding the platform of what they have. I don't think what he's saying is, we don't care about hardware anymore, we're just going to start publishing our games everywhere.
But Reforged, that is what they've been trying to do, is to expand everywhere on their platform from other platforms. I swear, this guy has no respect and no resources to like actually do his research, and this is what annoys me. And I had to cut this video down, so like if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, and I am out. So you guys have a great one and enjoy the video.